Hello friends, this is Abhishek Agarwal, practicing chartered accountant. On 3rd of April 2020, government have given various relaxations due to this COVID-19 with respect to GST compliances. Let's discuss that one by one. For composition dealer, there is a form called CMP02, which is to be filled before the commencement of a financial year, intimating that a registered person continues to get registered under composition scheme. The government have said that a person can fill this form till 30 June 2020. So the due date of filing CMP02 is shifted to 30th June 2020. Further, a person who is registered under normal regular scheme gets converted to a compositional registered scheme, then he has to reverse the credit on account of imports, capital goods, WIP. So a form called ITC03 is to be filled by the person for reversing the credit. Ideally, that should be done within 60 days from the commencement of the financial year. Now, this is also shifted to 31st July 2020. A form is therefore called CMP08, which is to be filled by the composition registered person for payment of taxes. For the quarter Jan, Feb, March 2020, the ideal date was 18th of April 2020, which got shifted to 7th of July 2020 for filing CMP08 for the quarter Jan, Feb, March 2020. And last update on the composition dealers for the composition dealer is a GSTR4 annual return is to be filled. Ideally, the date for the financial year 1920 was 30 April 2020, which got extended to 15th July, 15 July 2020. So these were all only updates for the composition registered taxable person. Further, friends, if you remember, there was a insertion of a sub-rule 4 in Rule 36, which said Rule 36 sub-rule 4 got inserted on 9th of October 2019, which set a capping limit of eligible ITC available on GSTR2A. So let's take example. In your books, let's say in the month of January, your books is saying an eligible credit of rupees 20 lakh rupees. But in GSTR2A, it is showing 15 lakh rupees. It means your vendor have not uploaded invoices of 5 lakh rupees for the month of January 2020. So government said that you are only eligible to take the credit of eligible ITC available in GSTR2A plus 10% of the above that. That is 15 lakh rupees plus 10% of 15 lakh, 1.5 lakhs is equal to 16.5 lakhs. So despite your books is showing 20 lakh rupees as eligible ITC, but you can only take a credit of rupees 16.5 lakhs. Due to this emergency scenario, the government have extended that from February 2020 till August 2020. You can consider this a single a period for the reconciliation of 2N books and consider the entire calculations in the month while filing the returns for the month of September 2020. So your ITC in their books from February 2020 to August 2020 will be seen, and vis-a-vis your 2A for the entire month cumulatively from February 2020 till August 2020 will be seen. Friends, please understand those vendors who might have supplied you or will be supplying you might not be available to fill their GST1 in this phase for some reason or the other. So due to which you should not lose the credit. So this relaxation was brought in that context. Very, very important, the due dates of GSTR 3B has been categorically shifted, or relaxation has been given categorically. So we'll discuss the due dates of GSTR 3B in 3 scenarios. First scenario is the registered person having aggregate turnover more than 5 crore rupees in the previous financial year, in the previous tax financial year. Second category is a registered person having a turnover between 1.5 crores to 5 crores. And third, registered person having turnover below 1.5 crores. So we'll discuss the due dates of GSTR 3B in all of the 3 cases. Let's take the first case first. Registered person having turnover more than 5 crore rupees. So aggregate turnover having more than 5 crore rupees for the month of February, March, April, 3 months, Feb, March, April. The due date is 24th of June 2020. Simply, if you are a registered person having aggregate turnover in the previous financial year more than 5 crore rupees, your due date is 24th June 2020. No late fees, no penalty, or relaxed. Interest for 15 days, no interest. Post 15 days, it will be 9% interest, that is 4.5% on account of CGST and 4.5% on account of SGST interest to be levied from expiry of 15 days till the period, till the date you file the returns. Let's take example. Let's say for the month of March, the due date was 20th of April because you are registered, you are having aggregate turnover more than 5 crore rupees. So your due date is 20 April 2020. So till 15 days, that is 5th of May, no interest is to be levied. If you file the return with payment of taxes, no interest is to be levied. But you fill the return say on 10th of May 2020. So no penalty, no late fees. Interest till 5th of May is not to be levied. But from 6th to 10, that is for 5 days, interest is to be levied. 4.5% CGST, 4.5% SGST to be calculated on per annum basis. So mind it, my dear friends, this exemption or this relaxation on interest is only available if the returns is filled within the due date of 24th of June 2020. If you are filing your GSTR 3B for the month of February, March, April, post 24th of June 2020, then interest will be liable for at the rate of 18% and not at the rate of 9%. Coming to second scenario, that is a person having a registered, having aggregate turnover in the preceding financial year between 1.5 crores to 5 crore rupees. In this, for the month of February 20 and for the month of March 20, the extended due date is 29th of June 2020. Friends, registered person having an aggregate turnover below 5 crores, no interest, no penalty, and no late fee. Interest is also waived off for them. So for the month of, again, for the month of February and May, if your turnover is below 1.5 to 5 crores, then your due date is 29th of June. And for the month of April 2020, your due date is 30 June 2020. Now coming to third phase, that is registered person whose turnover is below 1.5 crore rupees. Registered person whose turnover is below 1.5 crore rupees, GSTR 3B is to be filled for the month of February 2020 by 30 June, for the month of March 2020 by 3rd of July, for the month of April 2020 by 6th of July. I'll repeat, Feb 30 June, March 3rd July, April 6th of July is the due date for GSTR 3B. Friends, in all the three scenarios, above 5 crores, 1.5 to 5 crores, and below 1.5 crores, we have discussed the due dates for the Feb, March, April. We have not discussed for the month of May. For the month of May 2020, government have brought a different notification altogether stating that if your turnover, aggregate turnover in the preceding financial year exceed 5 crores, your GSTR 3B due date will be 27th June 2020. And if your turnover is below 1.5 crore rupees, below 5 crore rupees, then your due date for GSTR 3B will be either 12th July 2020 or 14th July 2020. If you refer the notification, the states have been divided among these two dates. For example, West Bengal, for the registered person who is registered in West Bengal, the due date is 14th July 2020 only for the month of May. A very important thing is to be noted out here, my friends, that February, March, April, there is a relaxation in interest, penalty, levy, late fees. But for the month of May 2020, government is not intended to give any relaxations. So if you are filing anything post this, then all late fee interest are leviable. Now coming to GSTR 1. In GSTR 1, for the quarter Jan, Feb, March 2020, the due date is 30 June. For the month March, April, May, the due date is 30 June. So there can be two set of registered person who file monthly and quarterly. So for the quarter Jan, Feb, March, it is 30 June, and for the monthly March, April, May, there is 30 June. There is no relaxation of the month of February 2020. Further, the government also specified that if any compliance is coming between the phase of 20th March till 29th June, it will be automatically shifted to extended to 30 June. Let's say any refund appeal, any LUT filing, any reply to summon, any compliances coming between this date, 20th March to 29th June, it is automatically getting extended till 30 June 2020. Few provisions have been carved out from this. You can refer the notification, like chapter 4 is carved out, that talks about time of supply. Valuation is carved out, that again talks about the entire valuation process and procedures. So certain sections have been carved out, including penalty, including inspection of movement of goods in transit. So that if you are a GST tax practitioner, you should refer that particular notification. And a very specific relaxation has been brought down for e-waybill. If you have generated an e-waybill and that is getting expired between the expiry period, if it is coming between this range 20th March 2020 to 15th of April 2020, then the validity of the e-waybill automatically get extends to 30/04/2020. So again, this were the relaxations by the government of India on the area of GST due to COVID-19, and it's a most welcome relaxations by the registered persons. And let's stay safe during this period, and let's hope that we recover soon. Thank you. You can always get back to us and contact us in the given details. Thank you.